But we shall see what makes the grade. That one, it just got its hooks into me at some point. So I'm not necessarily terribly hopeful about that one, but we'll see. Hi, I'm Sock Marionette, doing business as Bargain Counter Argument, and I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books. Now, the other day I talked about Passport to Connecticut libraries, and I mentioned that I had been to 4 libraries in one day, 3 of which were participating in Passport to Connecticut libraries. The 4th I went there because I needed a couple of books that they specifically had there. So I grabbed a whole bunch of books at these different libraries that I wasn't necessarily planning to pick up, but I did. So I'm going to go through them now and decide whether or not I actually want to read them. But first I'm going to talk about the 2 that I went to the one library to pick up and which I have finished. One was As the Devil Dares by Anna Harrington, which is a immediately post-Regency romance. It takes place in 1823. And it's about a woman whose father owns a shipping company and she wants to participate in the business of the shipping company. Her father wants her to get married and hijinks ensue. It was boring. I read it for the Tea and Biscuits book club. We just got finished discussing it and the discussion was better than the book. I'll put a link in the description so you can watch it back, and I was not on camera for that, but you will see my opinions in the comments. Well, will be read on screen by Tara and B, who co-host the book club, and everybody else's comments as well. It was a lively good time, and most people didn't particularly care for the book, but I did finish it. It wasn't a DNF. It didn't go sailing across the room, although maybe it should have. It wasn't bad. Well, it was just meh, M-E-H, meh. Okay, the other book I wanted to pick up, and I didn't have to pick this up at that library. I got this at the Meriden Public Library, which wasn't participating in Passport to Connecticut libraries, but they were the only library in the area that had it, so that's where I got it. And then I also picked up Middlemarch there. I didn't have to get Middlemarch by George Eliot. That's a classic. I didn't have to get it at Meriden. I just did because it was on the shelf. And this was a buddy read with Birdie in the Books, Alicia. Link in the description. And I really, really like this a lot. I was a little wary because I started to read Mill on the Floss back when I was in my early mid-20s and couldn't get into it. And I was like, ugh, am I going to have trouble with this one? I didn't. I don't know if this is because it's a different book or because I'm a different person, but I really, really like this a lot. And I'm probably going to have more thorough thoughts in a separate video. Not sure how I'm going to do that exactly, but I'll figure it out. Okay, the rest of them I haven't read yet because Middlemarch, it had so-so sized print, but it was a chonker. It was over 800 pages. This edition was over 800 pages. So, and it was very absorbing. So it was like, while I was reading it, I didn't really want to read anything else, at least not in book format. I did read some fan fiction online and enjoyed that, but I didn't really want to read other books. And then when I finished, I wanted to read this for the discussion today. So the rest of the books I checked out, I haven't really even looked at yet. They've been piled up in my sitting room and as you see from the thumbnail, kind of just disorganized until I could record this video, which I wanted to do a few days ago, but I had some computer issues, then I had some health issues, and now I'm on the comeback trail. So this is a book I've been looking forward to. It is Hell's Heart. It's a science fiction novel by Alexis Hall, who has written some romances I really, really liked. Boyfriend Material, Husband Material, and a 3rd book in that series is coming out soon called Father Material. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And some of the other ones, he's written some historicals that I enjoyed, a heavy emphasis on queer. This one is at least marketed as science fiction. The last book by him was a YA called Looking for Group, which by group they meant like a online role-playing group. I didn't care for that one as much. I was kind of disappointed. Maybe it was because it was YA. I'm not sure. I didn't care for it. Earth is Dead, which leaves us stuck living in atmospheric domes on planets that will kill us if we blink wrong or run out of fuel. And by fuel, I mean the cerebrospinal fluid of gargantuan quasi-psychic space monsters. So I definitely am going to read this one. And then also probably going to definitely read the Kamigawa Food Detectives Menu of Happiness, rather. I read the first book in March and really liked it. It was called The just called the Kamigawa or Kamagawa Food Detectives. So this is the sequel. I'll probably enjoy that. Definitely going to read it. Don't know if I'm going to read this. In the Garden of Spite, a novel of the Black Widow of La Porte by Camilla Bruce, with the tagline is, "Man shall inherit the earth unless she kills him first." Ooh. There you go. And an audacious novel of feminine rage and one of the most prolific female serial killers in American history. So this is set in Chicago. It looks like it's in the 1880s, maybe? 1877. Yeah, so I will definitely read the first few pages and see if I want to pursue it any further. I've been reading a lot of romances, so when I saw some thrillers, I picked them up. What She Saw by Mary Burton. I don't know if I've read anything by Mary Burton before. This is cold case reporter Sloane Grayson has come to a small mountain town in Virginia to solve a mystery. Her mother was one of 4 women who vanished during a music festival 30 years earlier. Somebody was eventually convicted, and the case was closed, and now she is trying to figure out if the convicted killer was actually the person who did it or if it was something else. So we'll probably read that. It's probably one of those thrillers I think that'll go pretty fast. It's about 340 pages. Not sure about this one. Letizia Larini, a killer kind of romance, a love story to die for. And this is a crime podcast host must solve a chilling serial killer case while navigating an unexpected romance with her mysterious next-door neighbor. Sounds very, very promising. So yeah, give that a shot for sure. Then we have Alison Cochrane, Every Step She Takes, which is a sapphic romance. Catch Flights, Not Feelings. She goes on a tour of Portugal's Camino de Santiago, and so she goes on that tour, and she meets someone. On the flight, because there's turbulence, she has one of those, like, the world is ending, I better confess to the person sitting next to me, and of course, it turns out that the woman sitting next to her is also on the tour, so they, I think it's that Sadie, our main character, is just now coming to grips with the fact of her own queerness, and she's missed out on having a queer adolescence. So the other woman is like, "Oh, I'll show you how it's done." So that sounds like it would be pretty delightful. Just like learning about herself and finding love along the way, and maybe learning about the queer experience that she missed out on when she was younger. Okay, we have the new V.E. Schwab, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Not sure if I'm in the mood for V.E. Schwab right now, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So it takes place in 3 different timelines, 1532, 1827, 2019. It's a story about hunger, love, and rage. So there's revenge, there's all kinds of things. Again, not sure I'm in the mood for V.E. Schwab right now, but I will start it and see how I feel. Most of these I think are going to be a start it and see how I feel as opposed to just outright reject. But we shall see what makes the grade. Another romance, Mannequin for Christmas by Timothy Janowski. The last book I started by him, New Adult, didn't really care for, didn't finish. This one might be better. So this is like a dude who has been through a breakup and he doesn't want to spend his family Christmas alone, so he wishes for the perfect man. And then one of the display mannequins in the vintage shop where he works has come to life. So, but he comes with a Cinderella-style caveat. If he doesn't experience true human love before the midnight chime on New Year's Eve, he will turn back into a mannequin for good. So he's got a month to teach this new man how to be a functioning person in the modern world and the swoony boyfriend that will win over his family. But can human love ever be true? Ever really be true? Okay. So yeah, I'll give that one a shot. Hopefully it won't disappoint the way New Adult did. If I Told You I'd Have to Kiss You by May Marvel. I like that cover. All these covers are cute. A Few Rules for the International Super Spy. Never blow your cover. Never accept the first plan. Never fall for anyone at the agency, especially if she's your ex-girlfriend. So she is a legendary spy If only oh yeah, this is another sapphic one. I didn't make that clear. If only breaking up with her girlfriend were that easy. Living a full-time cover story has slowly eroded her relationship until there's nothing left but lies. Nice. And the girlfriend is a hacker. So they discover that they've both been working for the agency for years. I love it when a relationship gets recontextualized, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And so, yeah, I definitely will give that one a shot. I've never read anything by May Marvel before, so we'll see. The Charmed Library. I think I got this at the Middlefield Public Library, which was not one of the books that was covered by my last video on Passport to Connecticut libraries. And they gave us a piece of chocolate. A piece of chocolate that has a cute little picture book kind of thing to it. And this one is Crackle. We had a choice between Crackle and Mr. Goodbar. I took Crackle, my mom took Mr. Goodbar, and yeah. So this was one of the books I checked out from that library. It's such a charming library. It has a Shakespeare garden and everything. Oh, they have one of these things in here where you can rate the book for somebody else. Somebody wrote 5 out of 5, and the comment was, loved it. So this is about a public library in North Carolina. It's a haven for readers. In this library, fictional characters step off the page into real life. So there's magic hidden in this library, and it was marked as a romance. So, and it's Harper Muse, and it is by Jennifer Moorman. I feel like I've read something by Jennifer Moorman before, but I don't know what. Maybe not. Okay, and then I have another book I got at Middlefield. Yeah. Your Behavior Will Be Monitored, a novel by Justin Feinstein. This is about some kind of AI, Megacorp Uniview AI, and it's told all in emails and transcripts. So probably will enjoy that. It's like a science fiction kind of a thing. And also, oh, this is pretty. How to Survive a Horror Story by Mallory Arnold. Looks like that, and it has a sprayed edge. And 7 authors enter the manor. Can they survive the story within? So it's like a haunted house kind of a deal. Definitely looking forward to trying that. Then we have The Colony by Alice Olsen, which was translated from, I believe, Swedish. Yes. The author is Annika Norlin. Alice Olsen is the translator. And this is about a journalist who goes to the woods in search of quiet, only to find an off-grid community living a radically different way and led by the magnetic Sarah. So it is darkly funny, strikingly compassionate, and an unput-downable debut. So. And then got some large print books. We have Preston and Child. This is, I can't remember. Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I couldn't remember their first names. And this is Pendergast, The Beginning. And this is like a prequel about the beginnings of Aloysius Pendergast. I always want to call him Pendergast. It's not. I like Pendergast. Mostly I don't like those kinds of ongoing series like that. But that one, it just got its hooks into me at some point, so... Then I've heard a lot about this book. I don't know that it's really for me, but it's The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. Apparently everybody was going nuts reading it. So this is somebody who writes letters and painful reexamination of the past. I'll try it. I'm not necessarily terribly hopeful about that one, but we'll see. One last large print, Don't Let 'Em In by Lisa Jewell. I have enjoyed her thrillers in the past, and so some kind of shocking truth that is far darker than anyone could have imagined. Ooh, sounds like my kind of deal. And then finally, Runaway Groomsman by Megan Quinn. She's hit or miss for me, but I will give this one a shot. It looks to be a small town Hollywood screenwriter taking a break from it all kind of story. We'll see. So those are the books I have out from the library. I will do another video when I go to return them, and I'll let you know how I felt about them. If there's anything in here that you're looking forward to reading to, let me know in the comments, or that you've read and you have an opinion about, please share it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and Other than that, please like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I am not the boss of you, and I hope you have a good day or night.